Hello. This is my workbench. I have a lot of projects, mostly over there. Pile of guitars, lots of electronic enclosures, a bunch of wood, many nameless Japanese guitars. And I thought the first project I'd start off with would be this one. I bought this at a electronic swap a long time ago. The guy who sold it to me was calling himself Elktronics. And basically this is a noisemaker. It has 2 oscillators and I think 2 volume faders. Very simple, and I love it. It was mounted originally in a cardboard box, and that was not the most durable enclosure. So when that fell apart, I cut off the sticker because I love it, and thought I would find a different enclosure for it. Enclosures. Yes, many enclosures. Thought about this one for a while. And then I thought about this one. No way this would work would be I'd have some type of panel here, plastic most likely, and cut the slots into it and put a 1/4 inch in the back. Maybe block those up, who knows. So that's the plan. At this point, you're probably asking, but what does it sound like? And frankly, I didn't remember if it worked or not, so let's try it out. So I've made a lot of pick guards in the past, and a lot of plastic, various bits of whatever, masonite. I think I'll use this one. And what the plan would be to, yes, I think it's big enough. Make that a square. Mount it in there, which will be its own challenge, and then cut some slits and holes in there for the sliders. Maybe I'll do something fancy for the sliders too, who knows. All right, great. Great. So nothing's actually square here. Square. Cut that. Please. I don't want to do it. I'm using a Dremel here to maybe get a straight edge. And it was at this point that I started questioning my decisions. Did I really want to work with plastic? Did I like how it looked? And then I thought about how much I hated working with plastic and getting microplastics everywhere. In my house, in my backyard, everywhere. So, with that, I made a decision. Yes. Birch ply. While trying to fit it into the enclosure, I realized there was more material that I wanted to sand off. So I took it back to the bandsaw and took care of it there. I was unclear how to get the slits into the wood for the faders. I tried a bunch of different things. As you can see in this piece of wood, there's a bunch of different cuts. I'm not going to show you all the things I tried. I'm kind of embarrassed, so I'm not going to show you. This last thing was a Dremel, and that did not give me the results I wanted either. So I went for the big guys. Yeah. And this cut really nice slits that were going to be great. However, I made one mistake, which we'll talk about later. So with that part figured out, I took it outside, used the multi-tool, and cut the holes into this piece here. I'm using sandpaper to try to widen them. And then I realized at some point off camera also that the holes were too long because the multi-tool cutter was a little bit too long. So I'm going to cut some more birch ply and prep it. So to ensure I didn't do that again, I took the blade off the multi-tool and cut it down with the wonderful Dremel cutoff wheel so that the incisions would be smaller. And because I've learned things in the past, I am going to test out the cutter to make sure that the cuts are going to be not too big. So these nicer slots, I went about sanding them and trying to get them a bit wider. Tried a few different things here. Used sandpaper here. I eventually started just doing it with the X-Acto knives and some very small files, and that seemed to be the better way to do it. I'm using my little pin vise drill here to drill the holes for the screws that'll go into the faders. It's not very precise, I gotta tell you. I started questioning my decisions here. Well, I'd already been doing that, but definitely wondering if I'd cut the holes correctly, if they were gonna look good, and if I should just cancel this whole entire thing and throw it all away. I originally was going to use a wipe-on poly, and then I kind of wanted the wood to be a little less pale, so I busted out the amber shellac. I think it looks pretty good. The bottom fader was a little sticky, and I ended up later off camera going in and widening that gap a little bit. I was somewhat surprised to find the original battery clip from the cardboard box enclosure from when I bought it. So I'm going to scrape off the cardboard and use this. So it's looking pretty good here. I need to put in the output. So I put on the back there. I originally thought I was going to attach the faceplate to the enclosure somehow, but in putting it in, it kind of fits nicely, nice and snug and tight, and so I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't think it needs to be bolted down